You return home late at night after a full, long day of work. The same questions come back to you again and again. When will this panting over the stock market news be over? When will the flood of distressing news about the anticipated war stop? When will all of these conflicts end? When will all this noise cease and be replaced with calm? Then again, the same big questions come to your mind. Where did I come from? Why am I here? What's my final destination? What an exhausting life. Questions like these often resonate deep within our minds, but most answers neither heal our hearts nor calm our minds. So let us explore together for convincing answers, and let us agree from the beginning that you'll look beyond your previous biases and impressions and hear me out with an open heart. When you came into your office this morning, after a long vacation, you found your office organized, your morning cup of coffee still hot, just the way you like it. You would never say that this arrangement happened by coincidence, as someone must have entered the office and arranged it, then brought you a cup of coffee and left it on your desk. You don't necessarily have to know who did it, but you know that someone did. Is that not so? If this is the case with your small office, what about the billions of living organisms, plants, and objects? What about this delicate ecosystem that sustains life on our planet? What about the awe-inspiring structure of our bodies? What about the world of living cellular organisms that continue to amaze scientists? And if we go beyond our planet into space, what about the vast universe around us? What about tens of billions of galaxies, along with their stars and planets? No rational individual would accept that his office was arranged by chance. How, then, can one accept that this great, multifaceted, meticulously designed universe came into existence by mere coincidence? Allah the Exalted says, is it that they are created by none? Or are they themselves the creators? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Rather, they are not certain. At-Dur 35-36. We did not bring ourselves into existence, and we did not bring this universe into existence. And it is not possible for us to exist without a maker that brings us into existence. All of these claims are entirely illogical. Therefore, there must have been someone who created us. So the question remains, who created us? And the divine answer is, or have they a deity other than Allah? Exalted is Allah above whatever they associate with Him. At-Dur 43. There is no creator for this universe, and all that exists within it other than Allah alone. And He has no partner in creating the heavens and the earth, or managing their affairs. Had there been within them, i.e. the heavens and the earth, deities besides Allah, they both would have been ruined. Al-Anbiya 22. But why did He bring us into existence on earth? And what is the purpose of our existence? Allah tells us in the second surah of the Quran that the story did not begin on earth. Allah created Adam and Eve and inhabited them in paradise first, leaving them free to eat whatever they wanted from paradise, except for one tree within it. But Satan enticed them to eat from it, and when they ate from it, they descended to earth to begin the journey of trials. These events in paradise were a lesson for humanity to know that they must obey their Lord in everything He commands and prohibits. And these events demonstrate to them that Satan is their enemy and to beware of falling into his traps. And on earth, Allah showed us that the real purpose of existence is to worship Him alone. And I did not create jinn and humankind except that they worship me. Ad-Dariyat 56. This is the test, and whoever passes it returns to paradise as a reward for it. It is Allah's justice and mercy that He did not leave us helpless in this test, but gave us clear instructions to help us pass. Allah sent the messengers as guides and informants who called to worship Allah alone without an equal, partner, or child. And every messenger who came to their people did so with a temporary miracle that no one other than the people at the time saw. Moses' miracle, peace be upon him, was that of the staff and the splitting of the sea in half. Jesus, peace be upon him, had the miracle of reviving the dead and healing the sick with Allah's permission. And since Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was sent to all of humanity from his prophethood until the day of judgment, Allah bestowed him with an immortal miracle, the noble Quran, and challenged humanity to come up with anything like it. None of them has been able to do that over the centuries, and they cannot. The most important characteristic of the Quran is that it is the word of Allah, the great creator, and that it is preserved. Nothing has been altered from it. It is a book that addresses you. Yes, you. That is why you find tranquility and guidance in its recitation, and you find your soul, heart, and mind between its two covers. The Quran is not only a spiritual book, but also a book that balances the soul and the body. It defines the parameters of the rituals of worship performed by the Muslim to his Lord, and at the same time defines the characteristics of human relations, from the narrowest scope of the family nucleus to the broadest scope of international relations, including relations within society. It is a book of legislation, comprehensive in all aspects of life. So ask yourself, can an illiterate Arab living in the desert 1400 years ago bring all of this from himself? If conflicts, wars, and crime sadden you, then realize that Allah Almighty is just and wise. It is impossible for the most just and wise to have the people of virtue and evil be equal. It is impossible for those who pass the test and those who failed it to be equal. This is absurd, and Allah is far removed from absurdity. Allah has made a day for reckoning and recompense. He called it the Day of Resurrection, during which all creation will rise from their graves. Allah will reward the believer who is obedient to His commands with eternity in paradise, and He will punish the disbeliever with eternal misery in the fire of hell. But none will enter paradise or the fire before taking their right from all those who have wronged them, and after they fulfill the rights of all those they wronged.
اليوم تجزى كل نفس بما كسبت لا ظلم اليوم.
And the genuinely rational are those who work toward their actual future, their eternal destiny, and make sure that in that future they are from those who are in bliss and blessings, and not from those who suffer, torment, and misery.